hot, and I say that advisedly because you're sweating, from New York to join us. Thank you very much. Did you come from Italy, or were you here anyway?
No, from London, so...
Okay, that's boring. And you're all over the place nowadays, so it's fairly international. Where did you come straight from London, or?
Yes. Just straight from London on the train.
Every so often I see stuff on Facebook, and you're everywhere.
Yes, it's nice to do a bit of traveling, do comedy in different places, show myself and just show that Africans are not all about sailing.
Good point.
Yeah.
It's so our little, because it seems like yesterday that cliche, that you were doing your very first show here, and how many years ago was that?
That was in 2014 when I did 2014.
Yeah.
2014.
It was.
I did my first 1 hour show.
Yeah. When did you do marvelous story. We'll get onto that. Is this your first year? Is this your? How many shows?
No, I came in 2019.
Oh, of course, and then there was nothing, and now there's this.
2019 happened.
No, there was a Fringe in 2019, then nothing.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, 2019. And then I was going to come back in 2020 and 2021. But
2020 was a joy. It was just lovely. Were any of you here? 2021, it was little and small, and everyone was happy, and it was, and none of the big boys had come to play in 1,500 seater spaces at 85 quid a ticket. So it felt like a Fringe.
I was here last year for 3 days.
Doing a show? Or?
Yeah, doing a show. It felt amazing. Yeah, it was quiet, but it was always full.
Yeah.
So
that
felt
was
really
one of the things that people said, that normal, proper comics, not him off the telly, they were absolutely packed. They had full shows, and for audiences, because him off the telly wasn't here, or her off the telly, or they off the telly, wasn't here, they were seeing people they'd never heard of, shock horror at a Fringe, and loving it. So these little chats are kind of vaguely themed, just so it makes us look like we've thought about it. We haven't particularly.
Sure.
But there's what do you call it? A trope in Edinburgh shows, which they always, because it wins prizes, the Dead Dad Show. And we always knew, or at least I always hoped, because at one point, if you didn't have a dead dad of your own, you got upset about somebody else's dad dying, as long as you had a dead dad and a 40-minute lull and then an inspirational ending.
40-minute lull.
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
No,
How
not
long is
40
the
minutes.
show?
A lull at the 40.
Yeah.
No, actually, to be fair, I've been reviewing since 1999, and I've seen shows which basically are a 40-minute lull. That would be fun. You just do a show called the 40-minute lull, and that's all it is.
Is it too late to change?
It's never too late to change, Njambi. Never.
Does one dad die, or does one dad die every 5 minutes? So it's like
somewhere in the world, somebody's dad is dying now.
That's right.
So, I just want to put that out there for people to consider.
Yeah.
But I might do that, because you don't have to do anything, you just have a lull.
Yeah.
The 40-minute lull. Oh, I hope somebody's writing this down. So, the theme, as it were, of this little chat is kind of beyond the Dead Dad show.
Yeah.
Because she was an incredible woman, but I'm thinking that it's about time you started paying your grandmother or her memory or a trust set up in her name royalties. Because you've used her a fair bit in your career. So, just a disaster. You've got a dead mum and you're not even that upset about it.
No, I'm kind of glad she's gone. I loved her. I didn't hate her, but I realized since she's dead, my life is much, much better. So thank you, Mom.
For dying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to try not to make you sound like a psychopath. Luca, you know? I can just see it now. I'm glad my mother is dead, says recently immigrated Italian.
But it was me. She died on her own. I didn't help her.
No.
That's worse. Now it's suddenly worse.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because you were thinking about it.
I did. I'm just, I realized I look at the glass half full, and when I think she's gone, it's
full.
Yeah. I make it better in the show. Probably people don't hate me.
I
in
hope
the
so,
show.
because right now you're sounding like a very bad person.
More like a murderer.
No,
Sounds like
it was just a gift.
It's a gift you have.
You take what if life gives you lemon or a dead mom. Okay, I will come with something better later.
Yeah, okay, we'll leave you to think. Now, yeah, I know. I think sugar daddies count as daddies.
Oh, the title of the show, it's a brilliant pun.
Good.
So it doesn't
I'm glad we've established it's brilliant.
It's genius.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't actually have to do with sugar daddies.
Okay.
Yeah. But it does have to do with diabetes, so.
Oh.
That sounds cheery.
Yeah, that should
There's
sell
sugar
tickets.
in both. Sugar daddy.
Sugar in both, exactly.
She's not daft.
Yeah.
You know? She's basically stolen her entire career from her grandma, but...
Oh my God.
No.
I feel I need to protect Njambi here. Oh my God. I don't think you should pay her royalties.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen the show?
In heaven.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we were actually at the same venue in
Yeah,
2019.
we were.
And she was right before me,
Yeah.
so I never got to see her show.
No.
But we became fast friends. But I didn't get to see it because I was always flyering.
Yeah, we were always.
about.
Yeah, we saw each other every day.
Explain. Because that is an Americanism. What's the difference between a friend and a fast friend?
Oh, a fast friend is one that you make fast.
I think it's like food, like fast food, so it's not
Okay,
as healthy.
so
as-
like rubbish, really.
Yeah.
No, comfort, but not healthy.
But the thing is, like, we established a rapport really quickly, and
Yes.
we just got on really well.
Yeah.
And I think we follow each other's stuff on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook as well. So because you're so far away in New York. So.
Right.
This match made in heaven.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
back to diabetes.
Back to diabetes.
Yeah.
I love
Cheers
it.
all up.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, it couldn't be any worse than a matricidal
Yeah.
Italian.
No, nothing could be.
But I took what I was given with and I thought, oh, life is better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still sounds bad.
No,
Yeah.
yes. It's good. So I'm fascinated. I'm not fascinated by diabetes.
Well, come to the show. I'll change your mind.
Well, yes. Now, are we talking?
Yeah.
Because the reason I'm not fascinated by it is I'm bored.
Yeah. Well,
Because I work.
what if I show you this? Does that change things?
That's so new.
Theater. I'm a prop comic now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Is that the thing that beeps when it's?
No.
Or you put your phone there and it tells you when your blood glucose levels are.
It's a Tide Pod, actually.
Wow.
Wow.
No, oh my God, that was a joke, but it didn't come across.
No, I know
You all
it's
just
Tide
seem
Pod.
so dumb. I love that. Oh my God, they put Tide Pods on arms now.
But that is what it looks like. So
No, it's-
I see you don't. You don't look diabetic. No,
Oh, thank you. Well, there's type 2, there's type 1.
type
I can
one,
teach
yeah.
you all about it.
yeah, I know type 2, type 1.
Yeah.
So are you type 2 or type 1?
Type 1.
Also, you
Yeah.
from birth.
No, I just got diagnosed.
What?
Yeah, I know.
So it's
Really?
why
It's
haven't
interesting,
you got
isn't it?
type 1
It's
diabetes?
interesting, isn't it? Sorry.
Well, this is interesting. Not funny, but fascinating.
Yeah.
If you're type 1 diabetic and you've only just got diagnosed,
Yeah.
shouldn't you have spent most of your early life in a coma?
No.
Okay.
So
Answer
it was
short but sweet and
it was
accurate.
dormant until last year.
And what woke it up?
Grief. My partner passed away, and that triggered the diabetes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's absolutely dreadful amount of dead air there, but
Yeah.
grief can trigger diabetes.
Different kinds of things. The doctor was like, has anything traumatic happened in the past 6 months? And I said, yeah, my boyfriend passed away 5 months ago. And he went, that's it.
Far be it from me, that sounds like an excuse. It wasn't the exclusively Mars bar diet that you were on. But that's incredible. So what, because all the hormonal hoo-ha that comes with grief?
Yeah, I mean, it can be any number of traumatic events that trigger it, so we don't know if it was that specifically, but...
and it's not going to untrigger?
It's not going to untrigger, no.
Wow.
But you get, the Tide Pod, that's kind of like, I think if you view it as kind of a 3D tattoo,
Oh, yeah.
then it's massively cool.
Thank you. I agree.
And you
I
can
also-
show it to people at parties.
I can show it to people at parties. It's a
It
great
will soon
excuse.
be, it'll be like tattoos. It will soon, everyone will have them. you might have a row of them right down.
Like on the runway?
Yeah.
Prada will come out with
Because
glucose
I've got,
monitors.
I work with someone in another life, and she's type 1 diabetic. She's a friend she's Ghanaian. And she has been her whole family, riddled with diabetes. And she was constantly, you should walk past the chocolate biscuit and go, oh, got to go and jab. I don't think your sugar level rises by osmosis. But, so has it made your life exponentially more difficult?
Yeah. No, it's tough.
But you have managed to get an Edinburgh show out of it.
Exactly. Right.
Now
What is
we'll come
trauma
and
but
see it.
unmonetized content? That's what I say.
I love it. Say that again.
What is trauma but unmonetized content?
That's brilliant.
wonderful.
Oh,
see?
yeah. Oh, I
It's
can see that on a
sad.
T-shirt.
Oh, God, that's even sadder.
Merch.
And I
You
like
could have merch.
I
You
like
have
that
merch.
a show can be monetized, because my shows tend to be deeply unmonetized. No, but it's true. Wonderful. So your body thought, oh my God, we need to help. We need to do something.
Right.
Sam is alone now. Let's find something for him for the rest of his life. Diabetes.
Yeah,
In a
I know
good
that
way.
it can get. It could be worse. I suppose you
tried
could have
to
had a
help.
heart attack or.
Yeah, that's right.
God, this is cheery, isn't it? Yeah. So, at what point? How they always say, what is it? Tragedy plus time equals comedy. Not entirely sure, but that's kind of the basis of the Dead Dad show as well.
Yeah.
At what point after, you lost your partner and diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and Tide Pod inserted in your upper arm, at what point did you think this could be an hilarious Edinburgh show?
I started, I don't know, it was like, I'd say I decided to do it only in January. So it is, I put it together pretty quickly.
Wow.
I was doing grief material before then, and it was always in the back of my mind, but it was really just a coping mechanism. Because I just felt ridiculous not talking about it on stage. I also, I was doing jokes to my friends throughout, just as a coping mechanism. So I'd say I started to do grief material and think about it in a comedic way as it was happening and shortly thereafter. But I didn't want to do an hour until pretty recently, because I didn't think that I could emotionally. But I don't know, I just got to a point where
So it's a catharsis.
Yeah.
A comedy
yeah.
catharsis.
It really is. It's more, it's just, I got to a point where talking about it on stage and doing the show specifically was more helpful than anything else. And so I was like,
Just a suggestion here. Shouldn't you be paying your audiences rather than the audiences paying you, given that they're just one giant therapist sitting in a dark room?
and the show is terrible.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really just I talk, I cry, and then they leave.
That's wonderful.
Okay, well that's honest.
Yeah, it's only,
Are you hoping to raise it from terrible to average at any point?
I don't know, I really want a 1-star review. They seem so fun, and then you can do that show that's only for
It's a
1-star
badge
reviews.
of honor.
Yeah.
It's a badge of honor.
So this is my year
For 1-star review.
for 1-star review. You think you can do it?
I don't know. See, now I've met you and I like you, and it's much more difficult. Well, all right, I don't need to like it.
I don't know why I had that reaction.
Honestly. So, it took you up. Luca, you were basically hanging around waiting for your mum to die to improve your life and then do a show about it.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know that my life would have been much better once she...
And why is it so much better?
She's not around. No more curfew. I can go to sleep whenever time I want. I can have chocolate if I want. Sorry about that. Dark chocolate. Sorry. Maybe I'm dormant. I don't forget this bit.
98% cocoa. Hardly any sugar.
99. No,
You see, look, he's going to have to go and inject himself
No, I'm
with
so sorry.
insulin now. Just the mere saying of the word for chocolate for a type 1 diabetic.
I don't check my cholesterol as much as I should, but I
How
feel...
is your cholesterol?
It was borderline, but...
Borderline what?
I don't even know. But, I think can be, because according to the British GP is okay, but the Italian doctor used to give me a lot of prescription for this. So
Okay. Italian doctors are slightly mental.
Yes.
They're, basically, you're looking a little bit pale. Let's give you everything the pharmacist sells and maybe check you in for CT scan, chin.
Yeah, and antibiotics.
Yeah,
Yes.
and have you made a will?
Yeah, true. So no, I'm just happier, and I thought, oh, that's wonderful. But I wasn't thinking of making a show about her until I got an email from the cemetery where she is buried. So I thought, oh.
The cemetery emails you?
Yes, which was worrying, but it wasn't for me. So.
And it wasn't from your mum?
Yeah, it was for my mom, because the rental of the grave expired. So they said, we're gonna dig her up. And so I thought, oh, that made me think about my mom. I thought, oh, that's the old mom coming back. I was enjoying my life, having curfew. Now I have to either rebury her or let her go to in a mass grave. It's cheaper though. But I will leave you with. I don't want to give spoilers.
No, don't spoil it.
In the show, we'll tell whichever what I've chosen.
Good grief! Back to your gran.
Yeah.
Where's she buried?
She is buried near where she was held captive.
Okay, so cheeriness again. Okay, who booked this show? And where are my antidepressants?
You know that 40-minute lull?
Is she still buried?
Yeah.
How many years ago?
Oh, she died in 94.
So she must have been old. Grans usually are, but you know.
I mean, I think she was prematurely aged because for all her life she was a slave for the British. So basically breaking rocks and doing all the things that the British claim to have abolished. So basically that she was. Yeah. So she's.
Njambi is quite political in her comedy. So anyone who feels remotely uncomfortable about having anything to do with any kind of colonial anything, leave now. So this show, it's political again.
Yes. So I'm just comparing my life now and my grandmother's. With the rise of fascism in the 1930s, 1940s, yes. Guess what's happening now? So there are striking similarities.
Yes.
So I'm just comparing my life and my grandmother's life, really. And of course, we are being told that the British are fed up of people trying to rubbish their history.
Yes.
And they're proud of their history. And so I'm joining in. If you're proud of your history, let's talk about the concentration camps in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's one of the things, because one of the reasons I went to see Njambi in the first place, because she's Kenyan, and in another life I work in Kenya, and people talk about the impoverished black African women like, oh shit, these women could buy and sell anyone here.
Yeah.
They could eat them for breakfast without even asking for a toothpick. And when I get that kind of head to the side, I'd love to help. You go, any of the women I work with in Kenya, they could buy and sell you now. You could never live their life.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking at you, Luca.
No.
But your grandma could
My
live your
grandmother,
life.
they taunted the British soldiers so much until the soldiers reported them to the British government that they were taunting them and hurting their feelings. And so, because they used to compose songs, So they would look at someone and compose a song about him, and they would sing about him, so much they destroyed the soldiers' self-esteem, and the British government outlawed singing. So they told the women they couldn't sing.
Wow.
Heckler to a whole new level.
Yeah.
In a big spoken song just for you.
They outlawed singing, so they were not allowed to sing or speak in public because they were upsetting the soldiers. They were affecting their morale and their self-esteem.
Wow. And that's British soldiery, who are, stiff upper lip, all of that. Crikey. Fragile masculinity.
Yeah.
Crikey. So it's proper, meaty is probably not the right word, but it's powerful stuff. Because I think most people don't know. I think you're right.
Most people don't know. Most people talk about, the British, we abolished slavery. No, you didn't. You just changed it. Yeah. It went from international to localized.
Yeah.
So my grandmother, she wasn't paid a single penny. She was taken away from looking after her children. In fact, the reason my grandmother and her children didn't die is because of my mother, the youngest one, who went scavenging for food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have gone very far beyond the Dead Dad show,
Yeah.
I think. But the families, whether they're genetic or personal, created, joined up, they are phenomenal fodder for comedy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're here.
Although,
Yeah,
one of the things I was
orders.
thinking, it's kind of okay to rip the piss out of like a blood relative kind of thing, but if your closest person is someone you've chosen, there's something, not that that's what you're doing, but in the way that you can rip into your brother or whatever, it's not quite as much fun if you're ripping into someone that you've chosen to be in your life.
What do you mean?
I was hoping you weren't going to ask me that.
Sure,
I'm not entirely
no.
sure. But, you...
I feel very comfortable making fun of Jonathan.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, we know each other so well.
Yeah.
And you know his sense of humor, so you would have
Yeah.
laughed.
Yeah, exactly.
How long were you together?
2.5 years.
Oh, how did you meet?
Ooh, we met at a gay bear festival in Provincetown called Spooky Bear.
You're not a bear.
No, but I do have sex with them.
Ah, that's fine. That's great. You're a bear lover.
I'm a bear. Oh! I'm a Mary Berry lover.
Wonderful.
Wow. I don't know how the British bear community hasn't picked up on that yet.
Well, because bear and berry, mind you, maybe it's only if you're Scottish, that they're different vowel sounds. You see? So what, just before one thing, this has nothing to do with anything. What's the attraction of a bear?
Great. I don't know. It's just what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to big bellies and gray hair, and I always have been, and that's what I always will be, and that's just what attracts me. Just to say, I think sexuality works in a lot of different dimensions, and age is one of them, and size is one of them, and gender is another one, and hair color is another one, intelligence is another one, and I just happen to be on the extremes of size and age.
And it's a very
Physical.
yeah, visceral, chemical
Yes.
thing.
Yes, exactly.
So we've now
Can
come
you
to
do that noise again for me?
Sorry?
Can you do that noise again for me? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Go ahead.
I'll see you afterwards. So,
Oh my God. Woo, girl. Okay.
you are hot off the plane from New York.
I thought you were just going to end there.
Oh, I know. Okay. So you are hot.
Yes.
Luca, you are also hot in a very different way. Njambi, you are very hot. Now let's talk about you just off the plane. This is the time at which I make a decision whether you've been interesting and entertaining enough to get to plug your show.
Oh.
Luca, you can leave. No, don't. So I think you have. You've certainly interested and entertained me. Or in your case, Luca, appalled. I was very fond of my mother.
Me too of yours, though. I never met yours, but I think I love every other mother.
Just not.
And your grandmother.
Yeah. I wish I'd met your grandmother. She just sounds, because hard lives make incredible people.
Yeah, she was a comic. Actually, I remember my grandmother because of her humor.
You see, and that's...
Yeah.
So, as long as the diabetes doesn't get you before the end of August, where's your show on? When is it?
Yes, if I don't die of diabetes by the end of the month.
Because this is Scotland, you know? We're a very calorific nation.
I know. I had a hard time counting my carbs when I had my British breakfast.
You have to count carbs.
You have to count carbs and then give myself the correct amount of insulin. I know.
I'm so sorry for you.
Thank you.
This is our 40-minute lull. So, if the carbs and the diabetes don't get you, you're on where and when?
6:20 Gilded Balloon through the end of the month.
Wonderful. Right up to the bitter end.
Right up to the bitter end, till the 28th.
Wow. Luca.
I'm at Just the Tonic, the Caves, the Spare Room.
The Spare Room.
Nice. Until the 28th of August, 2:20. And it's called Happy Orphan. So it's a positive spin, I just want to say.
Yes, a positive spin on a dead mum. Yeah, sorry. Njambi.
Yes, so I'm here until the 28th, and I'm at the Pleasance at 5:50 Baby Grand.
Oh, I love the Baby Grand. It's a great... They're all really nice venues. Ooh, hope I can come and see the shows. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And what's that noise as we go? Yes, it's Luca's mother spinning in her grave.
Not anymore, because...
Her mass grave.
Yeah, she was evicted. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Wonderful.